Hey everyone, welcome back to another exciting episode of our podcast. Today, we're diving into a topic that's becoming increasingly crucial in our digital age, building a robust browser security program. You know, with over 90% of organizational network traffic flowing through browsers and web applications, the stakes have never been higher. It's like, imagine a bustling highway where every car is a potential threat. So, buckle up, because we're about to explore the wild world of cybersecurity and how to protect ourselves from it.
Wow, that sounds intense. So, what exactly are the risks we're talking about here? I mean, I've heard of phishing, but how does that even work in a browser?
Great question. So, let's break it down. First off, we have data leaks. Picture this. An employee, let's call her Sarah, is working on a sensitive project. She accidentally copies some confidential information and pastes it into an external application, thinking it's harmless. But bam, that could lead to a data breach. It's like leaving your front door wide open while you're at home.
Oh wow, that's a bit scary. So, what about credential theft? How does that fit into the picture?
Credential theft is a big one. Attackers often use phishing attacks to trick users into giving up their login details. Imagine you receive an email that looks like it's from your bank asking you to log in. You click the link and it takes you to a fake site. If you enter your credentials there, the attacker now has access to your accounts. It's like giving someone the keys to your house without realizing it.
Yikes, that's like a horror movie plot. So, what can organizations do to protect themselves from these threats?
Excellent point. Organizations need to implement a dedicated browser security program. The first step is mapping and planning. This means conducting a thorough risk assessment and integrating browser security into the existing security framework. Think of it as building a fortress around your castle. You wouldn't just leave the gates unguarded, right?
Right. So, what's next after the planning phase? Is it like a military operation or something?
Haha, kind of. After planning, it's all about execution. Collaboration between teams is crucial here. You prioritize critical risks and start with a pilot phase to monitor user experience. It's like testing a new ride at an amusement park before opening it to the public. You want to make sure it's safe and enjoyable.
That makes sense. So, what happens if something goes wrong during the pilot phase? Do they just, shut it down?
Not necessarily. It's all about continuous improvement. Organizations need to regularly review and update their policies and provide training for employees to recognize threats. Think of it as a never-ending game of whack-a-mole. New threats pop up, and you have to stay on your toes to address them.
I love that analogy. So, what about the future? How can companies prepare for the next wave of cyber threats?
Great question. The success of a browser security program relies on having a clear strategy. Regularly reviewing that strategy is key to ensuring its effectiveness. Plus, adopting advanced technologies like machine learning and AI can help detect and respond to threats faster. It's like having a super smart assistant who can spot trouble before you even see it coming.
Wow, that sounds super high tech. So, are there any regulations companies need to worry about when implementing these security measures?
Absolutely. Compliance with regulations and best practices is essential to minimize legal risks. It's like following the rules of the road. If you don't, you could end up in a lot of trouble. So, organizations must ensure their browser security measures align with these regulations.
Got it. So, to wrap it all up, it sounds like building a strong browser security program is crucial in today's SaaS-driven world, right?
Exactly. With the increasing reliance on browsers for SaaS applications, implementing a robust browser security program is not just important, it's essential. By following the steps we discussed and continuously adapting, organizations can better protect themselves from evolving cyber threats. It's like having a solid shield in a world full of arrows.
I love that. Thanks for breaking it down so clearly. I feel like I learned a ton today.